currently 1 a.m. So it's 1 in the morning. And as you maybe see, it's completely light. I'm on the top of a mountain. I should be laying in my bed. Look at this view. There's not one single person up here. I'm sitting here all by myself on top of this mountain, completely light, and one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to in my entire life. I actually feel I get a bit emotional sitting here on top alone 1 in the morning and just enjoying this absolutely insane scenery. I'm so goddamn happy I moved to Norway. Oh, Jesus Christ. I am in beautiful, beautiful Svolvær, which is the main city and capital of the archipelago Lofoten. Svolvær is called the city of lights, at least in the summer. And the reason simply being is that the sun doesn't go down here. Light 24/7, the sun goes down, teases a bit for a couple hours and then goes up again. Yesterday, I was up on the top you see behind me, middle of the night, absolutely stunning scenery. But this episode is all about going on a very secluded hike. It's a 2-day hike, a hytta or a cabin as it's called in English, on top of the mountain, only accessible by a 2-hour boat ride, and then hiking 2-3 hours. No phone signal, but absolutely stunning scenery, and really getting into the Norwegian nature and connection about the hytta life. Lofoten is a place a lot of Norwegians go to in the summer. You see why. You got high peaks, you got the ocean, white sandy beaches. People hike, people camp, people go fishing. There's festivals. A lot of Norwegians come together. Looking forward to my little cabin trip. I have to prepare for it, buy for food, make sure everything is set. It's going to be later today. Obviously, going to take you guys with me to the beautiful, beautiful scenery here in Lofoten. Just arrived at the foot of the mountain by Trollfjord. Came in with a boat. It was about 1 hour with a rip boat in absolutely stunning scenery, just tall mountains on the side, lovely nature, and also we saw so many seagulls. And they got a wingspan of 2.5 meters, so they are humongous when flying over you or besides you. Actually, this area is known to be the largest concentration of seagulls in all of Europe. Around 600 seagulls is estimated to be in this area. Now though, we are embarking on the hike, which is the last bit up to the hytta. It's 2.5 kilometers and 400 meters in climb. Hopefully a lovely, lovely trip. Got my bag with me, which is food and supplies and clothes for the next 2 days. So I have to carry a bit. Right now I'm just in awe of this raw nature, going to this remote cabin on top of the mountain, which has a sauna, which I'm really looking forward to. This right here has to be one of the sickest cabins I've ever been to, or maybe you've seen as well. I mean, for me at least, I'm quite mind blown. Just the way to get here with the boats, with a hike, which was lovely. As you see, you got glacial water, you can go dip in. Clouds are passing and go into the sauna. People have arrived throughout the day. So I think there's around 10 people now at the cabin. All got here the same way, no signal. So people are playing cards, connecting with each other, going for hikes, late night, dips in the glacial water. And that's very much a Norwegian thing, this cabin life, or hytta as it's called in Norwegian. It is to connect with each other, to go out in nature. Could be skiing, could be hiking. Often of times it's quite remote. I mean, this This does take the gold medal for remoteness, at least for me. I think this is a very cool way to become more Norwegian, is to go out on a very remote cabin. I'm at very center, so my plan now is hike a bit, go dip in the glacier water and do a sauna. Connect with people at the hytta, hear more about the Norwegian lifestyle. People have come far across from all over Norway exactly for this hytta. Much to learn, much to connect. Absolutely amazing. One thing today, Lofoten, or the archipelago of Lofoten and North Norway, is known for a lot of things. Quite famous for are these very sharp tips of mountains. The reasoning I learned is that back in the Ice Age, there was a layer of ice around 500 meters high, which meant that most mountains would stay above the ice layer and were not rounded off. Whereas other parts of Norway, it was up to 2 kilometers of ice, so above most mountains, rounded off over time. So these lovely peaks, if you can see them, there's a lot of clouds coming in. They are sharp as because of that. Cool hikes, stunning raw scenery, and they go straight from the ocean up and down, and very cool. The 2 days at the cabin are almost over. I've really had an awesome time. Lovely people. The mosquitoes I'm trying to get away from here. Met 2 different Norwegian families. Very cool. One of the first families were here on a hiking trip together, and they were very fun, lovely, inviting, and we went some hikes together, bathed together, just overall fun. Second family that came yesterday were from North Norway, and they were on a kayak trip together. So that was their way of having vacation. I think that's also so Norwegian, is to go on these activities together. I mean, at least in Denmark, that's not what you do. Normally when you go on vacation, you go for heat or you go for sightseeing or whatever. But just very Norwegian is this part of active travel, which I really enjoy. The hytta life, amazing. I mean, going hiking, bathing in the glacier water, chopping wood for the sauna. Just a very simple life is amazing. I can recommend anyone to go to this hytta, not just for the views, but also just to get away from the everyday life. Have a bit of simple life. Kose, which is a Norwegian word, is this is translation in English, is just to have a good, lovely time. I have it in Swedish as well, which is myse, and then Danish it's hygge. So the Scandinavians come together to have a good time, do at this cabin. I just arrived down at the starting point again, so hopefully, I think maybe that's my pickup, the rib boat out there. At least it should be here in 10 minutes, so it could be. But what a beautiful day, beautiful trip. 2 days done at the cabin, or hytta as the Norwegian word. Ducking hell, it was amazing. People were just lovely, scenery was lovely, the weather was perfect. I can't ask for more. It has to be one of the most beautiful places. I know I said that earlier, on the top of by Svolvær, the mountain, but that place there is just everything. And the couple, the last couple I met, they just kayaked out. They stay at a hytta normally in North Norwegian, in something called Mo I Rana. Mo means flat, and Rana is the commune. I have a hytta there, and they invited me to stay there as well, which is a D&T hut as well, and they invited me to do that. If you hear that sound, that's a hydro. So 80% of Norway's electricity comes from water. Obviously, when you got these beautiful high mountains, you got glaciers, you got waterfalls, you can just hurl it down into a propeller turbine and you get electricity. I hope you enjoyed following on this 2-day remote hytta trip. I hope you got something out of it and maybe want to do it yourselves. But if you do enjoy our content, please like it, comment and subscribe. And also, if you got some ideas, if you're Norwegian and say, no, Thomas, that's not how to be Norwegian, please give the comments and give the ideas how to become more Norwegian. Thank you a lot.